Hey guys, how's it going? Well, I'm back at it. I'm going to change up the review a little bit, only because I did not put... I have the 35-inch tires, but I took them off because in the wintertime, you go nowhere. So anyways, my new 35-inch tires are right there. But what I had sitting up in my loft, that when I had my 04 Ford F-250, I had a brand spanking new set. And those are the original rims for this truck. I got different rims for those tires off my buddy. But those are the original rims that came with this truck. And they were also 17-inch. So I figured, well, shit. I have those brand spanking new snow tires sitting up in the loft going absolutely nowhere, and those over there aren't going to be any good for plowing snow. So anyways, I had them put on, and I still got the mud flaps I got to put on yet, and I'm just in the midst of trying to get this ready because I'm trying to get things ready to rock and roll for the plow for the weekend. So I'm going to get all the wiring done, that all done. I just got done rebuilding my back rack because they want $380 for a new back rack that will fit this truck. And I said, well, I measured it and it's still the back side of the window, so I figured, well, shit. So I rebuilt this one to fit this truck because I can't justify spending $380 when I already have a back rack and I can modify it. So that's exactly what I did. And when you have the tools and equipment, you do it. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to start wiring. I'm going to let the paint dry. I'm going to go for some lunch and let the paint dry, and then I'll install that in my my box. But those are my 35-inch tires right there, and they're big. I did have them on the truck. We had a snowstorm up here the other day and found that they were as useless as tits on a boar in the snow. So anyways, I put these on yesterday and things got a lot better. So anyways, I know they look ugly as hell, but for plowing you don't want a big tire. You want something skinny that's gonna grip up to that ice and snow and keep you moving. So that should do that. They're brand new. They were sitting up my loft doing nowhere. What the hell are they? They're Tiger Claw? I'm pretty sure they're, yeah, Tiger Claw or Arctic Claw. That's what they are. So yeah, so I put them on. So yeah, brand spanking new tires sitting up. They've been sitting up in my loft at home in my shed for almost 9 years. So I figured, well, they're brand new, never had them on the truck, so let's put them on the truck. So that's what I did. So other than that, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting actually for stewards to get me the new sub mount for my plow. I've decided that I'm going to put my plow back on. The guy that I plow for really likes how it performs and stuff like that. And when I was telling Ted that I was going to get rid of it and buy something different, he says, well, God, Matt really likes that plow because it gets right down to because the nice thing about it, it's got down pressure. And it makes a big difference, but I can scrape a parking lot off pretty good. So while I have it in the shop, that's another story. We're doing some preventive maintenance on that so I can make sure that my equipment is right up to snuff and we are good to go. So what I am doing here, I'm going to replace some bushings that I ordered. That bushing right there, these bushings here, those bushings there. And I just pulled the motor off because the other day I was having a little bit of a problem with it. It was taking a lot of power and it was really slow to go. So I pulled the motor off, took it over to my buddy at RJM, and Roger took a look at it and noticed that the brush thingy on the end was shot. So he's going to rebuild the motor for me, and that should be all good. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pull every line off and flush the system and put some new fluid in it. I haven't had a problem with it freezing on me, but there's always a first time, so may as well do it now because I'm still going to be down a couple days. So, and we're not supposed to get any snow, so we're pretty good that way. So I figured, well, shit, now's the time. So that's what I'm up to now, just a little bit of preventive maintenance, and I'm going to pull all these off here and clean them up, put contact cleaner. Now I had to replace this box here last year, which is the control module for the plow, and that little baby is expensive for a little piece of plastic, but I really like the Snowway plow over all of the other ones that I looked at. I've looked at Arctic, I've looked at Boss, I've looked at a bunch of other ones too that are big names up here in Canada. Snowway is more down into the US, but to be honest with you guys, these Snowway plows are one tough bird. And the thing I like about them is you got an actual cylinder versus a chain. You don't get the bounce. When you go over a bump, you know, sometimes you get the bounce with the chain, and I've seen them snap. With this, you don't get this. And I can pretty much, this will deliver 250 pounds of pressure, down pressure, on the plow to back drag or scrape a parking lot off. And it's, a lot of my customers really like it. And, but it really sucks when you catch a stone or something like that. She'll set you right back, or you'll eat the steering wheel pretty quickly. But no, I like this plow. So we're gonna get it all set to go, and I've also ordered the wings for it, the box wings. So I can, instead of the snow falling off the side of the plow, I can actually hold it and do a little bit better job, which is less time consuming for me. But I'm pretty good with it now. So that's why I didn't want to change, because I'm used to it. But she's what they call an MBC Mega Blade by Snowway, and Snowway is just getting up here in Canada, for what I understand. There's a bunch of new dealers throughout Ontario now. Stewart's is one. I've always dealt with Stewart's. They've always treated me really, really good. They're in Erin, Ontario, and I called Wes the other day and said, Wes, do you remember me from last year? And that's the nice thing. He remembered who I was. And he says, what do you need? So I told him the situation, bought a new truck, blah, 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 blah. And this is an older plow, but all of the parts are still current for this thing. He says, you'll never have a problem that way with parts. And it's normally either next day or a couple days delivery. Now, they didn't have the mount for this. They thought they did, and then they realized it was for a newer plow. So they ordered it, they expedited it for me, so it's going to be here Friday. And it won't take me and my mechanic long to get it on that truck. And worst comes to worst, I might just bring Gerald in on it too, so we can get back up and running fast. But I will have a lot of the wiring and everything done today. Other than that, all we got to do is put the subframe on, and we're back in business. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you right now. Stay tuned. We will be back when we have the plow installed, and I'll probably take you through some of the installation too on that. But that's what's going on. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Cheers.